Hello guys, Rob here. The first steps towards an EOS worker proposal system have been executed by the EOS block producers. In this video, we're going to talk about the EOS WPS system, how it's going to work, how it's going to get its funding, and whether or not it'll affect REX rewards. But before we get into that, let's take a look and see at where we are in the process of deploying the EOS worker proposal system. Here is a Telegram post with the MSIG steps required to deploying and initializing the EOS WPS. And the first MSIG has already been approved. The first MSIG consisted of creating the eosio.wps system account, and we are happy to report 34 approvals, representing the strongest consensus reached on any EOS mainnet proposal. 19 of the top 21 block producers approved, along with a strong showing of support from standby block producers, obtaining 15 approvals from this cohort. The next MSIG, MSIG number 2, which we are already on, is the transfer of 50,000 EOS tokens from eosio.names to eosio.wps. This represents 2 cycles or 2 months worth of WPS funding. Then once that is approved, MSIG number 3 will deploy the WPS smart contract to the eosio.wps account, and then the final MSIG will initialize the EOS WPS. Here is the first MSIG, which has already been approved with 15 plus of the 15 required approvals, and this created the eosio.wps account. And here's a glance at the block producers that approved it. A good mix of block producers with some good names in there. EOS 42, EOS Cafe, Crypto Lions, Aloha EOS, EOS Titan, EOS Sphere, Greymass, and EOS Nation. So that is MSIG number 1. It has been approved. We're on to MSIG number 2. And this is transferring 50,000 EOS, the first 2 months of funding, from eosio.names to the eosio.wps account. We're at 13 of 15 approvals. And here's a quick glance at the approvals. 21 total approvals, but only 13 top 21 approvals at this point. So we are 2 top 21 approvals away from being halfway to EOS WPS. Now let's get into the mechanics of the WPS system on EOS, how it'll work, how it is funded, and will it affect REX rewards. Using the post from EOS Nation, here is a preview of the eoswps.io interface. EOS WPS is modeled closely after the Dash budget proposal system, which has been successfully funding projects benefiting the Dash ecosystem. It also pulls from our experience designing and maintaining the BOSS ecosystem program. So the development of the EOS WPS came from looking at other blockchain funding mechanisms like on Dash and BOSS. How will the funding work? Where is the funding coming from? Will it affect REX rewards? Initially, 25,000 EOS will be made available for each 30-day voting period. Now this can be changed with an MSIG approval of 15 of 21 top block producers. eosio.wps is funded from the fees accumulated in the eosio.names and eosio.ramfee accounts prior to the deployment of REX. Prior to REX, these accounts accumulated roughly 3.5 million EOS. These funds do not stem from inflation or taxation, as they originate from services rendered. Any ongoing fees being collected by eosio.names and eosio.ramfee will continue to flow to REX holders. Funds flowing into REX will not be affected by this proposal. So the WPS will not change eosio.names and eosio.ramfee fees flowing to REX holders. The funds it is using is the 3.5 million EOS accumulated in those accounts from namebids and ramfees before REX was implemented. And with 25,000 EOS being made available per month, if the numbers stay the same, 25,000 EOS per month, how long will worker proposal funding last just from using this 3.5 million EOS sitting there. 3.5 million divided by the 25,000 per month equals 140 months. Divide that by 12 to get how many years? Over 11.5 years of funding for the worker proposal system just from the funds that were accumulated in .names and .ramfee before Rex was implemented. And here's a graphic of how this will all work. 25,000 EOS per period budget per month, period duration 30 days a month. Proposal fee 100 EOS. It will require 100 EOS to make a proposal, which is a good size fee, should stop a lot of spam in the system. Passing threshold is 20 plus votes at close of the period. Eligible voter threshold. BPs who have met 100 EOS a day reward threshold for a minimum of 24 hours at the close of each period are eligible to vote. And the vote weight, all eligible BPs have an equal vote weight and can cast a +1, -1, or 0 abstain vote for each proposal. So based on the +1, -1, and 0 votes, you need a minimum of a +20 at the end of the voting period. In my eyes, this is a great use for those 3.5 million EOS in .names and .ramfees. Being able to get over 11.5 years of WPS funding from those accounts while not changing those new fees flowing to Rex holders from those accounts. I think this is a good use for those funds. Now, of course, there is the chance of abuse, just like with any funding system, but I think we'll see competition and lots of development come out of this. My hope is if there's a proposal that is asking for a ridiculous amount of EOS, that a different team comes in and makes the same proposal for a more reasonable amount, and we see lots of competition on price and good development come out of this system. But at the end of the day, using the funds that were already accumulated in .names and .ramfee for over 11.5 years of WPS funding is a good use in my eyes. So I am interested to hear what you guys think. I know there has been a lot on both sides of this. Brendan Bloomer came out against it. What would you guys do instead of using those funds for WPS? Would you burn them? We've seen tokens be burned before and have a negligible impact. So would you rather burn those funds or get 11.5 years plus of WPS funding? Hopefully this will bring great new development and maybe even new developers into EOS.io, with the EOS worker proposal system joining the likes of the recently launched Wax Labs worker proposal and the long-running Telos worker proposal. If you are not on Telos yet, check out the link in the description to this page where you can read up on the Telos blockchain and get your free account here on either desktop, mobile, or using the Telegram bot. These accounts come with RAM needed to get you going, as well as some CPU and net stake. 100% free Telos accounts. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one.